In all my years of being an anime fan, I have seen so many isekais in my days. I have seen main characters reincarnated into slimes, spiders, and even venom machines. Who thought that was a good idea? My jobless reincarnation actually has our main character, Rudeus, get reincarnated from the beginning, having him start as a baby, and we slowly see him grow up. And to be honest, it's not really that long we see him as a baby. There's a lot of time skipping in this series, so we get a chance to see him quickly grow up. And I don't think there's a lot of isekai that really does the whole reincarnated and start from the beginning. Well, the animes I have seen. Put it down in the comments if you have seen that type of isekai. I haven't. So this is probably one of the animes that actually I have seen where a character actually starts from the beginning. Because usually in isekai, we get these characters where they just spawn in with a weapon they had back in Japan, a weapon of their choosing, or they just get reincarnated as the same age they die in. So I'm really glad that this anime took this route. But that's really the only thing that really differentiates them from other isekai. The story is basically the same thing. Main character is a shonen who doesn't go outside as much, refuses to go outside, and the one time they go outside, and they just end up dying, either saving themselves or just dying. And to be honest, it's always Truck-kun. He always ends up killing people. Like, if I was in Japan, I'll look every fucking way before crossing that goddamn street. I'll look up, down, left, right, because you just don't know when you're gonna get hit by a goddamn truck. And it's always the theme in these isekais. They always get hit by a truck. And the story is really no different from your average isekai. And for a warning, if you guys do not like pervy characters in this show, you hate like fan service, you are not lasting that long watching this goddamn anime. Cause trust me, there is a lot. Rudeus gotta be the horniest and the creepiest character in the whole world. Usually you just chop this off as kids just being weird. No, it's literally a 34-year-old man living out his fantasy in a kid's body. And there's a whole lot of crazy stuff that happens in this anime that will probably make you, the viewer, stop watching this anime. But the thing that kept me around for this anime is that the world building and the story that's being told. Even though the story is kind of perverted and straight up, I'm gonna call the cops type moments. But as much as Rudeus is a pervert, I could see the struggles he goes through in his life. Back when Rudeus was in Japan, Rudeus was he got humiliated by a bunch of people in his school, and he decided never to leave the house, isolating himself and pushing everyone away. But now that he's in this new world, he's finally getting a chance to start over and do a lot of things that you couldn't do in Japan. And just because you're starting a new life doesn't mean you will ever forget the life you had before. Because in this anime, you kind of see that Rudeus, it seems that he can never let stuff go and forget about it. But with that, he's able to help everybody else who's probably feeling the same way he was back in Japan. As much as we want to help others, sometimes we need help too. And Rudeus has helped a lot of people go through a lot of struggles. And in the result of that, he has people around him that trust him and wants to see him happy, such as his mom, his dad, Sophie's best girl, by the way, Eris. All these people look up to him, but he's so blinded by the fact that he's so worried about being betrayed by everybody that he doesn't realize that. As much as this series is basically a dude living out his fantasy, there are some actual good story parts about this, dealing with betrayal, not wanting to be abandoned and feel alone again. And as much as I hated the fact that there's like fan service, pervy character, comic relief, a whole other stuff, there's still a lot about the story that will get you invested into watching more. And I'm going to be honest, I do not blame people for dropping this show halfway through, like episode 5. I don't blame people for doing it. But to discredit it as just that is just dishonest. I feel like you should just watch it through, and if it's still the same thing to you, drop it. And I was about to, but I didn't, because I just want to see the whole story and see how good it could be. And yeah, you will hate Rudeus at the beginning, and you probably hate him in the middle, but you have to see his growth as a character. If Rudeus did not change throughout this series, I would not continue to watch it, but he actually does try to change his life for the better. And there's more to this anime except for the characters. The world building is amazing. I think every place they go has such a unique style to where you feel like you are there yourself. That and an amazing animation we get throughout the series. Even though the animation is kind of like a few minutes long, but it's so cool to see it, especially when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. Animation was so beautiful in this series. Even when they pull out magic, it seemed like a cool thing to do, like you want to do it yourself. And even though we get like a few minutes of animation, it's basically like, here's some action in this episode. That's how I felt about the animation. It was like, here's some stuff you guys probably keep you guys watching. But if you already like the story, you'll probably continue watching either way. I think the animation is just a bonus. And I'm not saying the animation should be like Demon Slayer level of good. I think decent animation is perfect for a series like this. And they knocked it out of the park with the animation of this series. And the only thing I kind of did not like, and I'm pretty sure everyone liked it, it was kind of like getting like the weird territory in like the few episodes in season 1 or season 1 part 2 or 1. The fuck am I watching? Attack on Titan? But if you guys like this series, give it a watch. And if you guys like this video, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, comment down below if you have watched this anime, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.